gonna hit recording there. Oh wait, we're gonna be recording and streaming. Let's go. We'll also
Welcome
be
to the AMA.
welcome,
Ask Marco
welcome.
anything.
The Ask Mirko Anything, dude. Yo, welcome in. This is exciting. Ah, there he
Oh yeah,
is. There he
the man
is.
himself.
Thank you.
Hello,
I also say
Mirko.
Spike.
Hello, Spike.
Jim.
Welcome in, guys. Let me turn that
No,
off so I
right.
can see people's names and say hi. Hello. This is excellent. Vanish, hello. I see B. That's all I see of your name. Grok is here. What's up, fam? How are you?
Brock, thanks for the boost.
Oh, yes. Thank you for the boosters. Also, all those awesome mercs in Mint on their Twitters. Thank you guys for sharing that with the world. It's wonderful. So happy you're in. Enjoying the new platform, checking it out, exploring our calendar and our quests. It's super exciting. We're going to give people a couple minutes to roll in here while we get started and things loaded. I'm also going to be, like I said, streaming on to Bolt Plus, where we can have it recorded for later. You guys can check that out if you miss it. If you're tuning in from missing it, welcome back. Glad you guys came to check it out again. Thank you. We'll get a bunch of questions answered today. Talk about what we're doing here. No ACLs is here. Hello, sir. Chow Pand, how are you? Richard, I see you there. How are you? Welcome in, everyone. Whoop, there we go. Bonk.
Japan, thank you for the boost as well. Oh,
yeah.
Elon is here. I see.
Who's that? Sorry.
Now the Twitter X joined.
Nice. Clemsy, hello. Sunshine, hello. Welcome. Hurricane, how are you? I see you there. Jample, hello. Good to see everybody rolling in. How's everybody on stage this morning? What's going on with everybody? How are you guys doing?
Doing great. I mean, it's pretty cold here in the UK, but hoping for a little bit of sun.
It's starting to get sunny
But,
here.
yeah.
33 in Vermont. What do you got there today?
Clouds.
What is it, Fahrenheit or
Fahrenheit.
Celsius?
Yeah, Fahrenheit. We're talking
yeah,
what?
yeah,
16
yeah.
Celsius, I think. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. In Vermont, see, yeah, Icy knows this, like there comes a point where like we all just accept the -11 Fahrenheit, and that day that like -1 shows up, all my neighbors line up with their snow blowers and they start digging themselves out, for the next week, and it's a party and we're all just hanging out, hot cocoa and snow blowers, and yeah, it's a good time. People are using their skidoos to get over to work and stuff.
Yeah, man, you and I are in the same general location, so we share the weather. It's a little sunny
Aziz.
today. The leaves are turning.
Oh yeah. Got
But
some
I am
yellow.
not looking forward to winter. But bro, I am super excited. I am coining this week like Mint Merc Week. I don't know, maybe I need a better name for that.
I like
but,
it. Merc Mint Week?
all these mercs that are getting minted and showing up on the timeline, it makes me so happy. It's so cool to see. I made like a little video with like a song last night, and that seemed to do really well. So shout out to everybody minting their mercs down below. If you haven't minted, what are you doing? It is Mint Merc Week. We got codes to go out. People are jumping in there. Get your code. Go mint your merc.
Yes, sir. And it's been a great smooth process. And I mean we've definitely collected some best practices to minting your merc. If you guys are having any issues at all, I think we've got a lot of our troubleshooting down to a science at this point. There are a lot of different extensions out there that you can deactivate before you try minting. Make sure Chrome friendly. You're on a PC, that's super friendly. that you're on the Polygon network. These are all just pretty common ones. I'm going to be putting this up in the FAQ as a, first steps troubleshooting. Like, have you tried turning it off and on again first before you try again? No, it's wonderful. Awesome. I'm seeing more peeps. I got Gucci here, Warrior, Eureka, JMO, KG. I've got Biz in the house, Aziz in the house, GIA Jaxie, how are you? All just super amazing folks that are super loud and proud in our Discord general chat. I see Z over there from marketing. Hello. How you doing? All the beautiful, beautiful graphics coming out. I see you. I'm so happy you could make it in between all the excellent stuff you've got going on for us. All right, cool. Well, hey, we're here. We're about 6 minutes in. I'm going to say let's get this thing kicked off. We're live on Bolt. We're live on our stage. We're so happy everybody's here. And Mirko, welcome to AMA number 5, the Ask Mirko Anything AMA. So exciting. So happy to have you, man.
Yeah, thank you. I just don't have more time before. I was, for the last 2 years, just like, trying to get out as much as possible stuff, in a tough time. And then I was like, the time we started was actually like my mother's birthday, and she's 71, so I'm here in Germany at the moment.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's why I had no chance really to join earlier, but yeah, I'm happy to be here.
No apologies at all. You've got a lot of work going on in the background as well. For those that don't know, guys, this is Mirko. He's the CEO of Owned and Unix Gaming. He is why we're all here, essentially. He's Papa Owned. Right now, we've got Mirko here. I'm so happy for that, because we get to learn more about this guy, this wonderful fella, just pick his brain, find out what else we need to know what to do. We've been doing a really good job supporting each other as well. Joining us on stage, we have Icy, Mr. Spike, Matt, and No ACLs as well. To start off, Mirko, how does somebody get to sit in your seat, man? Where do you come from? How'd you get here? What brings you here today? Tell us a little about that.
It's basically, first of all, like passion for gaming. This is like everything you do in life. Like if you're passionate about it, it's of course gives you a different motivation to go the extra mile, to really put the hours in and everything. But I'm a gamer by heart. I'm 38 right now. I started playing really a lot of computer games. I think was Counter-Strike, but that time was an add-on of Half-Life still. It was like very early stage. It's like I had a 56K modem to dial in, block the telephone in the house and, playing Counter-Strike.
Yes.
And then another game was Diablo 2. I was really hooked on. Mm-hmm. I was playing pro for Counter-Strike back in the days. A real addiction was World of Warcraft at the end then also. Like for years, bro, but only the beginning, like Classic and then Burning Crusade. Yes. I was really like grinding hardcore. I was like the number 1 rook in Europe by the time for a while, and but it was like, look, it's eating my time, bro. Like there was no way to make money with gaming by the time. It was way too early, everything, and then I had to work. I did corporate jobs, hospitality. I worked several times, and then I entered the mobile sector with a friend, building hyper casual games. What done pretty well actually. We got like 50 million in downloads in total with several games. We worked with Azure Games, with the second largest mobile publisher in the world and stuff like that. But I think same as like a lot of us, we really got into Web3 and gaming was, I think around 2020, when like there was the first announcement about Axie. Axie was live actually like already with the trading card game, right? And other games. But so that was the end of 2020. And then I think the big breakthrough, I was just curious playing with the assets in the beginning, when it was Ronin was still on Ethereum. And then once they built a side chain, then it was basically, anyway, it was the big breakthrough for play to earn by the time. And then I started with that, and yeah, didn't know better. I just like met a lot of people, helpful people. People said, "Let's go to the market with your business model." And I mean, it was not only me; it was other people also, more on a community, on a scholarship model we're raising. But our roadmap was more technical because of our background on the game development. Um, yeah, and then now we are here like 2 years later, almost, I think, and then. It was a crazy time. I was like, there was days working 18 hours, like sitting really literally in my gaming chair 18 hours a day, trying to get it off the ground. I think for half a year almost. And then I'm super happy that we have now finally, like after all this like super tough period, especially like it's it's one side as a consumer of a bear market, like if you're just observing it, maybe you have a few token holding what is down, and then you actually a project owner, what is like basically gives you a whole another level of headache. Especially in these times, you have investors, you have responsibilities and all that stuff. So it was tough, and we had how many things we had. Like we had Luna, we had FTX, we had like everything what you can possibly think, and we survived all that. We're still here, and that's why it makes me more proud. And then at the end, of course, partnering with awesome people like everyone here in the chat, and of course, many people in the background as well, and making Owned happen. And I must say, it's not because you introduced me as Papa Owned or whatever. Like, I mean, I'm very modest, to be honest, but I think I'm always like community or like win-win partnerships or friendships, how we want to do that. And I feel that everybody is equally involved and owned, especially the guys who are here in the chat. And so it's really like seeing that going on with the Mercs and how everybody is contributing. I think it's super proud, not just because I can contribute here, but I mean, I think gaming lives from exposure and passion and gaming and streaming and talking about it and really finding people, gather people in one spot, with the same, ethics, and then so quick one. Thank you.
I'm so happy you let us dive into you and like your upcoming in through this. It's obvious you're a gamer. We know this much. The ability to survive all of those events is a feat in itself. We're all still here. I think it's like the switching from the WAGMI model to the we're still here. We're still holding on. I think, and that's a bigger testament right now. Especially where just with everything going on, it's always it's very volatile. It's very unpredictable. But I think what I've learned over the last couple weeks of being a part of Owned and this team, I'll say this family, I mean, it's just a really, really amazing team we've got going on here, of just people working together. I've never felt like the new guy, even though I'm probably the newest of guys, and it doesn't feel that way. It just feels like I've fallen right into the fold of a really well operating machine. That's just my perspective here as a new fella. But yeah, no, and you're of course humble and wonderfully modest. You've always been. I've been able to reach out to Mr. Mirko as often as I need to. Say hey, what's up, laugh, joke, and that's all I've ever gotten. So man, I'm just excited that this is all happening and going on, and it's going to be a great thing. There was a quick question in the chat. If you were a founding member of the Unix team.
Yeah, I'm basically the founder.
Yep. So yes, answer that question. Good to see everybody in chat. We're loading up, man. Okay, so let's talk Game League. I mean, what is like? We are 2 weeks away from this wonderful thing. What have we been up to? Icy's gonna pull up the November 13th. Let's go. Yeah, we are so close, guys. We are almost last day of October. That means we're 14 days out. We are so close. And what have we like? We've the last couple weeks. Super Merc metalcore hype up in the corner there. No ACLs, yes sir.
Let's go.
Hey Blitz, I see Blitz down there. What is up? we the last couple weeks, what have we been doing? We've been building this wonderful Discord. We've been building the Game League community up. We've been basically just reaching out to all of our communities and friends and putting them in one nice little game hub. I've been so happy with this. Like, it's been just quality people. Every single day being added to this Discord, getting to meet new communities, new games, and it's like we're all on equal footing. We're all just trying to have a good time, play games, have fun, bro. And that's what it's been. We've had full full gaming voice chats with big time players and Champion Ascension players and Pokemon Unite players in the morning. We've been doing that stuff. We've been passing out codes. That's been probably the newest quick development. Like, we've been making sure that the communities are, if you haven't noticed yet, okay, we were a little bit, shy with the codes, and we're still a little bit holding on because, we want people who are going to be a part of our thing. But no, lately, man, it's been feeling like Santa. What I'm doing.
If anyone needs a code, I am like Santa. I'm making it rain codes out here. I'm sending them right now.
I'm putting Mirko on the spot, and you guys know Mirko, forgive me. I've been the one that's like getting everyone hyped. I get too excited. I give out leaks. I just want to put an idea out there. You don't have to answer it.
Good.
You can maybe think about it. So, everyone's gonna have a chance to mint a Merc. And I know we're going to have a snapshot later on. Could we maybe have like a special prize, extra XP, or is there something we can do to incentivize people to mint their Merc now and get the reward for being early and getting all their friends on board? So, can you talk with the tech team and like make sure we're rewarding the people here that are actively helping rate our tweets, getting people involved, telling all their friends?
What if
we
we
do
did
something there? You don't have to say what it is or what, but can we at least speculate here that you're going to want to mint your Merc during Merc Week because, if not, you're going to miss out on this amazing opportunity.
Merc Week.
Let me piggyback on that really quick. What about like a timed quest, that we have up until the 10th, right? Something that only can be filled out and completed before we actually go. I think that's a way we could.
The juicy XP boost. Yeah,
it's a juicy XP boost, and it's also just like a limited thing, and you'd be stamped on your account there. Mirko, what do you think?
No, I love the ideas, and of course there is something for early Mercs. Yeah, this comes early. Mercs comes early. So there is something we treat. Of course, we have a plan, but we listen a lot to the community. So like whatever like you feel is fair or what you feel is awesome to add and to make that attractive, especially for early people. We really believe that it's very important to honor that. The minute one Merc, the community in the beginning, we want to be like rewarding that as much as possible. So no worries. There will be a lot of things to explore in the next in the time until the tournament, and of course after the tournament. To have the Merc, there will be always surprises. What's gonna happen? Like with your Merc, like whatever. Like we, some on the tech side, some features are more simple. Some features takes more time, but we really focused on to make it very like community driven. And I saw one question: what's the philosophy of owned? And this goes basically. It's a creative. It's a place not only for creators, but it's basically like where you can be creative, like as a gamer, like not exchanging only time versus games, but it's like having the same minded people, and be driven by the same passion, and involving pro user, making Web3 as a good space, making Web2 easy onboarding, make understandable, and I think this is sort of where we all come from, and we're not focusing on transaction volume and, the next flip. We really believe in gaming, and I believe also that gaming don't know any bear markets in future. So whatever has happened like in gaming, we will be always there. So building strong community, this is one philosophy of Owned.
I'm just taking a quick, absolutely. community driven. I'm so sorry. I'm excited. I'm posting really quick in the chat all the guilds that I'm seeing, all the clans that I'm seeing, just people that are in here. If you see yourself, just please react. If I missed you, please add in the house. It's so cool to see all these different people coming up, but no, it just to have one space for all these communities to be that community we're talking about in our you know in our goal or mission of owned. I love it. Guiding principles. Okay, so no Spanish.
I mean, I cannot leave more alpha. I just want to keep it as a surprise. So there's like so many stuff I could talk about, but I want to keep it to the minimum. But I just want to get people don't worry. Every merc is a honor for us. So yeah,
Yes.
something is coming.
Can you talk a little bit about we had Rex on last week, and we learned a little bit more about the design of the Merc and kind of how it came to be. I know that you were very involved in this process, really excited about it. You showed me early designs at GDC, everything that you kind of had planned and everything. So with it being Merc Week, that's a much better title. Can you talk about that?
I mean, inspiration of the Merc was basically from Warhammer 40k. I was a huge Warhammer classic. I mean, the orcs and what was the elves and everything. Like I collected these figures. I don't know how you call it in English. The miniature characters. And Warhammer 40k, the Space Marines with their big suits.
No. Yeah, we played Warhammer. Yeah. Yep.
Here Matt is posting one Marine there.
Yes.
So this is like if I want to be someone in the game, I want to be one of these dudes.
Yes.
And so that was a little bit the inspiration, and then and of course, then we have like the Merc is, of course, it's like an involving, like we want to use, of course, the latest NFT technology. So like basically we have a dynamic NFT, what basically is not only the ticket for the Game Pass now for the league, but it's also for in general. It's basically the battle pass. Every level, every season of the game league, because this is now the tournament is kicking off, right? The game league, and sure, the next year we have like seasons going on, and the Merc will always play a role here. And the good thing is with dynamic NFTs and traits, you can swap them out. You can, with the latest games, you can always combine them. We have even inbuilt a contract that you can stake NFTs or tokens inside a Merc. So there's something also coming up with that one. And what for us, what we did with the Merc, I don't know if everybody realized that, but if you go to the landing page or to the mint page, there is a high resolution Unreal Engine 5 model of one of our Mercs. And this is like the OG Merc. I mean, we had to take one as an example. So that Merc is basically we trying to get them in several IPs around the Web3 space or Web2 space. And want actually also enable for user to have your Merc playable and in other games. It's fully fleshed out Unreal Engine 5 character built from I forgot Collidercraft. And Collidercraft, they did already modeling for Hogwarts, the latest game. They did character design for them. They did like Mortal Kombat and so on. So we met them, the cool guys, and they basically told us, here, this is we can do something cool, something awesome. And hopefully, like, we get them also. We have, Unreal Engine 5 is also used in Fortnite. So hopefully in the future, we have also in Fortnite maybe our own Merc. But this is like more technical stuff. Amazing. I cannot tell it because Epic is not easy with, licenses and all that stuff. But there is a world where the Merc, you will find them in many places. And this is one of our goals. And that we have basically like now every Merc who is here now, everyone of the own community can always be proud and say, hey, I can choose his character in a let's say in a foreign territory, and explore with his favorite character the next game, the next game experience, So this is something really attached to me to make sort of these Web3 experiences happen. And it's super cool to speak to the games. A lot of games, they're very open with these things, you know. So we have a lot of plans to to get this out there.
I
That's,
love.
that's super cool. Sorry, Maddox. Let me just
Yeah.
real quick. I love that, Mirko. Thank you. You're a humble king, and I love you so much. But tell me the truth. Is it a Merc because your name is Mirko, and we're just putting Mirkos everywhere out there?
No, not at all. But we came up with mercenaries, and then
Fabulous.
someone came up with the short Merc, and then I know you said Mirko, but it's nothing to do with that. Yeah.
Mirko is spelled with a K, and Merc is with a C. But yes, I love it. It's not gonna leave my brain now. I thank you. I see that.
It's
Beautiful.
a good one. I haven't thought about it.
That's the first time.
No, it's actually like my first nickname was just Kermit. You know, as a gamer, Kermit
Good to know.
HC. And like the most people call me Mircoin. You know, like I mean not Merc, but Mircoin. You know, like so, like whatever.
I love it.
Yeah, but it's a good one, I see.
That's
no,
good.
It's nothing to do with it.
Actually, now that thank you for that, Kermit. I want to go around the stage really quick, just a soft break. Everybody list their first rememberable gamer tag. Icy, go. Knuckles, go. Anybody who's got it, go. Anybody who's got it, go. If you remember one, go for it. I want to hear.
I mean, like as a kid, my gamer tag was like always like CW Skater. And CW stood for Concrete Wave, which was like this skate shop that was like in my local area.
Nice.
So I was just like a skate kid through and through. So whenever I'd play games, it was like CW Skater. So
my first AIM screen name was SK8 ERBOI213, I think. So I'm with you. I was the rollerblade kind of skater though, but I still hung with the peeps. We did the thing. We trolled Vans every single weekend, had the Vans passes, and did it like Friday to Sunday. No ACLs, you're smiling over there. What was one of your first recognizable gamer tags that you can remember still?
Oh man, I'm just appreciating your stories. That's why I'm smiling.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, like I started out with the original Xbox. That's when I really created a gamer tag and went in. There were some PC games that I used to play, like Mirko was mentioning back when CS:GO was not even a thing yet. But yeah, my OG tag, I'm gonna dox myself. This is even when I played in MLG in Halo 2. It's Assassin with a 1 instead of an I before the end. So
Heck yeah.
that was always my gamer tag, my
Vicious.
legacy account before the no ACLs era.
Assassin. I love it. I love it. Matt, what do you remember, man?
Yeah, I actually have a pretty good story of like one of my early gamer tags for Call of Duty. So I had I met a friend online, and his name was like Bry. Bry has God mode, but his real name was Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, he used to be like the best Call of Duty player I've ever seen. He was like ranked like 300 in Search and Destroy and the world and stuff like that. And one day, like I said, because we were online, one day he just like never logged in again. So what I did was like I carried his gamer tag forward with loading God mode, and yeah, that was my way of honoring him. But yeah, it's quite a sad story.
Oh.
But basically, it was like, you know, because back in the PlayStation Network, you could see when the last time was that someone logged in.
Yeah.
So yeah, he basically never logged in again. So I was like, so sad. Yeah,
Wow.
I lost contact, but I hope he's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Hearts out to Ryan. Jeez. We love Ryan, so we've got a couple and owned. I'm a Ryan as well. Spike.
Yes, sir.
Matt is dedicating his game league performance to Ryan.
I love it.
Yeah, that's right.
I love it. Spike, what was one of your first gamer tags?
So before I get into that,
Oh.
I'm like half attention because like I'm reaching out to these freaking all-star content creators right now. Fortnite, a lot of amazing friends I met in the Axie scene, like some pretty well-known cosplayers, and that's probably enough hint to leak down to about 3 of the kind of caliber people we're talking. Yeah. Sorry, Marco. Don't get me in trouble. I want to be here for Game League. Don't mean to be leaking anything. I'm just saying it'd be really cool, you know, if I could let some juice out about, you know, who we're talking to. But yeah,
Well,
aside.
I mean, the people who are here, like, this is alpha. This is community
Alpha
support, so,
stage. Yep.
you know,
Ask
yeah.
Mirko
Okay,
Alpha.
okay. I'm just gonna give a list of names. Full transparency,
Pay
not
attention.
all of them are on my list. I kind of already have friends, and I want to work with my friends first. So, take that with a grain of salt. It'd be really cool to have some really cool cosplayers, like, maybe like an Elodia, Ian Mercado, or Myrtle, They may or may not be in my DMs right now. I'm just letting you guys know. Like, we want to blow this event as big as possible to get all our sponsors excited to literally try to get as much prizes and things to make this the most rewarding Web3 gamer event out there. We want to bring in Web2 gamers. We had this amazing community. Everyone here has been so supportive, rating our stuff, talking with new people. Like, what's really cool is, like, think about this, guys. And I don't think people are taking this seriously. I'm going to put a video later today. We're going to have tens of thousands of gamers in our Discord playing the custom Fortnite map, and they're gonna get their first free NFTs. Nothing is required of them, and we're gonna have this amazing community here to welcome them and teach them, how to do everything and why Web3 is fun and interesting, and everyone's here just because they really enjoy gaming. So, like, again, like, I couldn't be more excited to be working with so many game partners and everything else. That aside, my first gamer tag that switch over was Red ID. Back in the classic RuneScape days, Red ID.
Red ID.
That's a acronym for Red Eyes Black Dragon.
Let's go.
From Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yes.
So yeah, I was Red ID, and my brother was Red Time Wiz, the Time Wizard.
Let's
so
go. Sending people
later-
to the Shadow Realm. I love it.
later rebranded to Spike from Cowboy Bebop. So
Okay.
my brother goes by Jet. So yeah, very.
Bro, I did
anime
not
influenced.
know it was
This
from
is-
Cowboy Bebop. That's amazing. I love that so much.
This is one of my favorite icebreaker questions, guys. I love learning the lore of everybody's gamer tag because it all has lore. That's really cool, Spike. Thanks. Mine, Maddox comes from. I dropped it in the chat. If you look up a little bit, there's an images tab. But Maddox was I've been Maddox for the last 17 years. When I was 14, 15 years old, I was hanging out with these dudes who hung out under power lines in an open field, and they dress up funny and get foam weapons together and beat the crap out of each other. It's just these grown men people, like, doing all the things your mom told you not to do when you were 5. It was a game called Dagger here. It's LARPing for those that just want to know what that means. But I put some pictures of the image section when we first started the Discord. But that's Maddox right there. It's my battle name. It's a 2-syllable name that I came up with because it's easier to say a 2-syllable name across a battlefield when you're in the heat of battle than like a 1-syllable name, so you hear it. But Maddox of Furia was my original clan, and I fought under that name for a while, and I fought online with that name for a while, and then slowly but surely we moved into Maddox Makes, but I've always been Maddox. I think I refer to that name more than I do my own name, Ryan. If somebody shouts Ryan in a busy area, I'm just like, okay, it's probably somebody else. But if somebody says Maddox, it's me. I don't even think twice. So you can call me either, but I've always been Maddox for a bit. So yeah, that's where Maddox comes from. My battle name.
Nice.
Dope.
Yeah, at that time there was not so many platforms where you actually have to type in your name. It was like, I think back in the days, what was it? MIRC? That was the communication tool. Like, I don't know if someone used it. It's like super old school to get like finding
man.
matches. Like
Counter-Strike
5 on
days. That's
Yeah.
we didn't have instant matchmaking. We didn't have a server list. Oh, we did have server lists, but like we'd go in there and be like, "Yo, looking for this level team," and then you'd send the server code over. It was fun times.
It was built like a forum,
like
right?
It's like Discord, but
Right.
like worse.
Right. It was like a forum
and
site.
it's
Yeah.
it still exists, and it's like $50 monthly. It's like
Right.
fucking expensive. I don't know, but I remember like once, like, because on like my best friend, where we played a lot of Counter-Strike, so he had also not a really good username like me, Kermit, and he was Big Gun. It was like the two of us, we basically like, I remember one summer holiday in Germany. It's like 6 weeks, so we were like 15 or 16. I went with my computer to him for 4 weeks, and we that time the ESL, the European Esport League, you can easily like create a team 2-on-2, and we made in 4 weeks we made it like I think top three. That was the number one was like just for fun, and then basically from that on, I remember that was like starting a little bit like more competitive esport gaming, but yeah, it was super interesting that time, and there was LAN parties.
LAN parties, yes.
Like
yes.
Yeah.
How much stuff can you bring over to your friend's mom's basement and hook up all in the same night? Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and then you like don't sleep for 3 days or something like that. Yeah.
I mean, it was like half the day was just packing all your gear to just go over to the friend's house, and then heaven forbid, like they call you and they're like, "Hey, something came up. We're not doing it anymore," and you're like, "You gotta go plug it all back in," and it was just, what a mess. A lot of fun though. I think the first LAN party I ever had, my dad worked Department of Defense. He was big tech guy, big hardware guy. Instead of, he was a programmer and like a web designer. And, but instead of a master bedroom, we had a computer office.
Maddox was giving out different kind of codes, guys.
Dude, we had computer station 1 through 5 in our master bedroom on this giant L desk setup. The big, like, tan towers that were half your height, was what I grew up around. And like, we were testing, like sending an email from computer 1 to computer 3 when I was 3. And my first LAN party was with my dad playing Age of Empires. And we had to, punch in the IP address just to get on the same game. And he would play like 3 or 4 little villages at the same time because he was just bored and cracked. But yeah, dude, a lot of fun. Well, thank you guys for the insight. It's really nice to, I know we're all gamers, but that just helps affirm it and just, really just brings back so many crazy fun memories of gaming and just where it's all evolved from and where it's all going to. What I heard about the Mercs and what I've kind of always appreciated about the whole concept behind it is the interoperability, where we can take this wonderful mercenary across platforms with us is the end goal. Where I'm hearing about, expandable and evolving metadata within your Merc that follows you along with your progress and is going to be carried with you everywhere, not just leveling them up, but like all that comes with the NFT, right? So like it follows you. It's just part of the contract after a while. And I love hearing that we can stake inside that, or we will be able to. But that's the plans. I mean, that's just layers on layers of, how to use blockchain technology. And like that's what we're all about in Web3, I believe, is just like, how does this all connect? How can we use this technology effectively? How can we just, embed it into our lives? It's great.
Yeah. And how I see like NFTs, like I mean, of course, there's this community NFTs that give you exclusive access, like collab land or whatever for Discord. And I always like to compare an NFT, for example, with a MasterCard or with an American Express. So it's like ultimately, I mean, this takes long time. You need to get first the platform out, user. Once you have user, you can make better partnerships. But ultimately, you want basically having a Merc, let's say you get discount codes or discount on whatever, like you buy a new game, you get discount codes on a Steam key, or whatever, like, or when you buy that on Steam, for example, or you earn XP. This XP is basically like miles, you can redeem them, and there's, let's say, I mean, for example, Amex, you can go to Hilton, you get a discount, or you go to Marriott, you get a discount, something like that. But of course, dedicated to the gaming space. And and then hopefully you get more communities, more platforms where you basically easily, as more also the technology across the whole space is evolving, that you just have that in your wallet or wherever in your own account, and you show that and you get here discount there, you can play the Merc. It's like, yeah, so this like, I think it's a very good feature if you partner, bring a lot of partnership, a lot of integrations to it. I think that makes the IP and makes the Merc more strong, and then I think gives more the ownership then also to the utility, like, because you actually can do something with that. It's not just an in monkey picture. No, I'm just
Right.
kidding. I mean, they're also very important for the space. Everybody who bring up NFT collections, of course. Yeah, but involving as we can, and of course listening to the community and being having short communication ways, short decision making processes that we not end up like. For example, I give you an example. We speak to companies, Web2 companies like G2A.com, and to get an answer from them, it's like a month. Like you send something out, and I feel that Web2 doesn't matter about technology and crypto and the stuff. And I think Web2 companies, they can learn a lot from us being like super fast and super community oriented, because I think it's also the era of more community building in general, not only in crypto. You see that more and more, like that is a few years back, there was these big influencers, like, oh, you have 1 million followers, and it broke down more and more that you can build strong communities and strong brands with 1,000, 10,000 people, if they're all dedicated, if they're all behind you. And so I think we will see a lot of change in the whole dynamic. Like, I think Nike is doing a good stuff, with their creator program, with this swoosh, so you see more and more bigger companies having also these smaller community building focused initiatives. Yeah.
No, absolutely. And it does feel like we're in some, like, I don't know, like just speed run. It doesn't, I mean, we don't try it. It's just like everything moves so quickly in our space. We all have done the, take a weekend off of like not looking at your Twitter, and all of a sudden you come back and it's just like, oh my gosh, like, 8 new pieces of news you missed came across your feed, and you're like, what happened? What did I miss? You can't blink in our space because stuff is just moving so rapidly and expanding. Because yeah, go ahead.
I mean, like, I saw just yesterday, I saw something about Yahoo. Yahoo was able to purchase Google for 1 million.
Wow.
They didn't do it. Then they wanted to buy Google or something like that for like, or they rejected a 44 billion offer from Microsoft. 44 billion they got offered from Microsoft, and then they rejected that or something like that. And then now they just got acquired for 4.5 billion to one company. And it's very, or Netflix. It's a good example. No, not Netflix. There was it was big in America, like a rental for DVDs.
Blockbuster.
Yeah,
Blockbuster,
exactly.
yeah.
Redbox.
And
Redbox.
like,
maybe?
Yeah, Blockbuster, I think.
Blockbuster,
No, Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And they've been able to, like, purchasing. I mean, this is of course on a higher level company, but they could purchase. They were laughing about Netflix. They could purchase Netflix, but they didn't. So it's like very important to have a right vision on what's going to happen. What is the right angle, how to approach the space. What does make sense long term? Because like, it's very. I see that many times that a lot of Web3 companies they have just short term thinking. Like, you see, one person is doing a questing tool, and then boom, like 10 new 20, 50 new companies with the same idea. But it's like, I think, of course, there's, for everyone is a market share, but I think there's like too many people that just like trying to run and copy models, what existing, and then that makes sense. I can maybe raise a little money on this, and they're tweaking a little bit. But it's very important to have a mid and long term view on something.
Mm-hmm.
And if the market or if new trends happening, I think we need to adapt and see it and use it quickly as good as possible. And I think we're in a very interesting space in gaming, because we haven't done the shift yet. Like, we with the Web2 gaming haven't done a shift into Web3. And of course, a lot of people, and not every game need to be, have NFTs integrated and all that stuff. But I think the breakthrough is not there, and being now on the forefront, and that's why it's very important that we're not like, of course we should have a goal, a direction, but like maybe 70% and 30% you still need to open for unexpected variables, coming across your project. Yes. And then maybe you said, okay, this is a good opportunity, this is a good alley, this is what makes sense. Because like, you cannot be like the inventor for Web3 fixing it. There's a lot of people with a lot of good ideas. And Alex Becker just recently said that he said like we need just one or two Web3 games who are kicking off, who are breaking through, and you will see something running. But you need to like that one game or that one technology or that one ecosystem, what is sustainable or what is like supporting what we need, that need to be just come out, you know. And then once this is happening, then you will see a lot of things happening, you know, similar to Axie Infinity. Think about Axie Infinity was one game, yeah, what made 4 billion in revenue, what, and how many side businesses Axie Infinity made happen. Axie League, Axie Data, Axie Bots, payout tools, guilds, mini games, you know, all that stuff. And this is what's happening in Web3. Just think about one game, 3 games, 10 games, and then how many sub businesses can happen through Web3, through NFTs, and all this business. So I think it's like super, super, super interesting. And for us to being there, you know, like speaking, you know, like back in the days, if you think I could speak to Blizzard, or I could speak to Counter-Strike or to Valve, yeah, to or whatever. Impossible, you know? And Web3 is so cool. I love the space because like okay, I'm representing the company, but for example, someone like Spike, he started at some point, or Icy, or everybody who's a content creator, like speaking to like big boys, you know what I mean? It's like speaking to like actually billion or $1 million companies, that would never happen in Web2. You know, and that's very good that we need to transport this message and we need to make the space open for this like communication with these bigger brands, you know, to get everybody a voice. I think this is very important because this is a little bit missing in traditional gaming. If you think about esport, think about how many esport teams are there, 5,000, you know, who are actually profitable, and there's a few. So it's like there's so little from all these billions of gamers, and there's only this little part who actually like benefiting really from that, you know, and the rest they're only, let's say, basically games finding new monetization tools that you actually spend more money, you know. So this is like it's and I feel we at the you know, like as a barrel what is full of water, and we're like it's leaping over. It's too much now. It's too much of monetization, too much of buying another skin, getting another Call of Duty battle pass where you need to buy everything again and what you already own, and you need to buy it again, you know, just to be part of it. And I think the era of reselling a skin what you bought on a limited edition, let's say Spider-Man Spawn skin, whatever, yeah, and I have that thing and I can do whatever I want to do with it, and I have the rights and the ownership, and then now I can flex and I can rent it out. This is like I think what we need, you know. And I think it's now the time, and it's like I cannot tell when. I don't have a crystal ball, but I think we and owned, and this is sort of like that's why it's so good to have all the people with the same passion. And for me, everyone who is part of owned or is in this Discord is like can tell us what is important for you, and then we trying to get the same vision to get in our goal, that we have this ownership, that we have the possibility to actually participate with games, in games, with our ownership, what we deserve after 20 years of paying, you know?
Yeah. No, absolutely. I watch my friends, I watch my wife go and ape in on all these different skins, and they've got super collections, and it's really fun and steezy to play with them. However, it's like at the end of the day, the company shuts down, it's all gone. They decide they want to turn off the game, it's all gone. They don't want to play that game anymore, and now they want to go play a different game, and they have to start from scratch, or they couldn't bring... I mean, how cool would it be to be able to take that collection with you to a new game? How cool would it be, like you're saying, rent these things out? Because who can play with 200 skins? You can only play with one at a time, right? You know, take advantage of what you've invested into, and the time that you put on characters, the time that you put in accounts, and I mean... Make a way for people to exchange and operate within different game situations, areas, and individuals peer to peer. That I think is the big goal of interoperability. You hit the nail on the head on that one. And yes, I think that's my biggest push, or value prop to the Web 2 community that's looking into Web 3 and they're like, what's this, or why do I want this? It's because you already do the things. Go ahead. Yeah, no ACLs.
Yeah, I just want to share some quick sentiment,
Please.
like, some of the things that Mirko touched on. So, I've been a FIFA player from the minute it started, when online was a thing. Like, I started playing competitively. I've always loved football games in general, right? And in the traditional gaming space, everything is focused on metrics and analytics and how you can generate revenue for those organizations that you're pursuing, right? That you want to get involved in. There's very little community support when it comes to the traditional gaming space, right? Now, I remember a time where I would regularly, season after season, play in the top 100, actively beat like the top 5 players in the world, but I work full time. Like, I didn't have the time to stream and, build up the community and following to get the support from sponsors and so on, right? They're more ready to support those who can generate profits for them right away and bring in more users, right? That's where it's always focused on. So what Mirko said, being in Web3, being able to, have that authentic support from all of these projects that are building up from the ground up with the community. You have the opportunity to communicate with developers, speak with the CEOs, like build it out together, and they listen to you, right? And they want to help uplift their community and those who are supporting the games and the work that they're putting in. So this is something that's happening here that, has never really been done at the level it is like now, right? Like in the past, honestly, none of this was possible. 20 years ago, there's no way I would be sitting on a panel like this unless I had a big following, being able to share my opinion. So it's a great time. I'm happy to be a part of this. Like, I hope Owned continues to like push that ethos forward, support the community, support those that are, putting out content, whatever it is, competing in the circuit and all that stuff. Support those who want to be a part of the project and uplift those who are genuine and want to be here, right? So it's a great thing overall. It's a different model, and I'm here for the shift, man. Like, honestly, let's do it.
I mean,
Yeah, it's about time.
absolutely. I mean, that's one of the things I've always appreciated about like game testing in just in the Web3 space is that these are like indie projects. These are games that haven't gotten really off the ground, but they need active testing. I got into game testing so heavily because I love being behind the scenes. I love talking with the people who are behind the action of what's to come, what's building. I got introduced to the space through the sandbox, through building user-generated content and like voxel art, right? So then I started making games and I started appreciating the process of all of this. And then I got into testing where I got to like, hang out with the people building the game. And now they're asking me like topical questions about their game and the experience of how it's coming along, and they're taking the feedback. And within a week's time, something I might have mentioned in a play test turns into the game for the next playtest, and that's amazing. I've never ever before this space been able to play and help produce a game. I do feel like a part of the build now, we are taken seriously. We are a huge value to the developing team, being able to be in the fold, in the test, in the whole echelon of just how it goes on, and it's really, really cool to be a part of that machine, and be taken seriously and appreciated. That's why I hang around all these newer projects, because I love watching the growth over the last couple of years, being able to like look back at a play test or footage from a play test like way back a year ago to what it is now, to seeing them on bigger stages, to seeing all these activations going on for this game that's now popping off. It's so cool, you know what I mean? Whereas like before, it's like, I stood in line at GameStop at midnight to buy my my pre-buy for $60, and then I play it for 10 hours and I put it aside. It's just a different world completely.
Yeah, and it's something like so much more meaningful at the end. Like what's being built out, the community's heavily involved. Like people are more invested and connected to the project. Like, you're building out something that people actually want, and they're seeing those results in the game. So, it's honestly much better in my opinion. And like some games are even doing things where you're providing like that decentralized aspect to the community. Like for example, I'll use Star Atlas and you mentioned Axie, right? Where the keys are open. Like people can create their own like revenue streams off of whatever they want to create with the IP. Like if you create a brand for clothing or you create your own game or whatever it might be,
Coffee.
yeah, exactly. You're able to then, take some ownership over that as well. So there's some very different models being laid out now than there were available in the past
Yeah.
that empower the community.
No, it's awesome. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
there was a question from Ray. He repeated it. So, and because Unix Gaming is, of course, the company like who owned, or who built out the product owned. It's one product of Unix Gaming, and we have a token, and it will play a role in the ecosystem, but it's not gonna be like you don't feel it like in a crypto or in a Web3 way. So we're gonna make it very like seamless, and you might think it's a virtual currency. Like many games have that. So the Unix token will play a role later, but we will introduce that not right now. We working, and we anyway in a beta. We need to see how the XP works. Basically, XP is then similar to airdrops, something like that. So we working with some people from the space, very like super tech heavy with like tokenomics. We're gonna introduce that, but more close to the bull run. Once we have all the data now after the tournament and after the maybe a few months into the game league, like once we get the data, and then we have a more like a model what we can actually present to the community, but then we will have that involved. In which specifications that's going to happen, I cannot really disclaim, because again, there's a lot of, I would say there's experimental stuff, I would say, because like, we want to be innovative, but there will be, of course, like general benefits. We don't, we, you need to think on the Unix on a token in general. It's very important that you have two types of user, and this one is an investor and one is a gamer. So you need to, like, yes, you should have maybe your token on an exchange, but the token should have value for the user actually. So there's like two types you need to really consider. So once you have that properly sorted, so you have the people who are trading, and it's similar to NFTs. Yeah, there's like people who are just trading because I can make money, and of course it's part of the Web3 space is getting in early in NFTs also as well. So it's always a topic, but at the end, I think for the gaming industry, we just need to have something what is very Web2 like, and what have all the power and utility of Web3. So I hope Ray and everyone who's interested in that, the token will be, but again, like closer to the bull run, when it makes sense to launch something, with a big shabang, and then maybe we see some nice gains or whatever. Like, yeah.
Very cool. Oop. Sorry, I was muted there. Thank you, Ray, for the question. Because yeah, I mean, it's an evolving company. It's evolving communities. It's communities coming together and doing all sorts of interoperable things. So that's a great question as well. If you missed all of that, Jaxie, soon TM, not yet TM, and we have it recorded as well. But yeah, just a question on the indie or Unix coin. Sorry. So okay. What is to come? So we've got a couple, like I said, we've got a couple weeks left before Game League. We're excited to those that have already been able to mint their Merc, they've been able to look at the calendar at the games to come. Is that our final calendar? Are we stuck on that? Can people start marking it to their calendar? And
I mean, this is alpha, right? Like everybody who able to mint can see what's happening as of today. I mean, like, but Spike, Icy, Matt, Ryan, Sully, you, like so many people. Like we talking to so many people,
we are,
and we like really trying to accommodate as much as possible. We still would onboard new games also to the roster, or how we call it. But it's like there is a integration deadline. So I mean, we need to consider that. But yeah, it's like, and the one thing is like the Wish games we already spoke to, like some of them they're just technically not ready. Yeah, so maybe someone asking why you don't have this game or that game. So I know there's a lot of hype games out there, and luckily we got a few of them, but a few they're just not playable. So for this tournament, there is a set. There might be a few surprises. We're working on that hard, not only on the playable games but also on the loot box partner. So daily we get updates on that. We have partners like yeah, this is a little bit of alpha. So we got a Razer starter kit for everyone who's in the time between before the, not for everyone. I mean, there's a limited supply for that, but for everyone able to get something, a Razer starter kit, before the tournament starts. Loot box partner, we updating. We speaking to a few merch companies, like not merch, sport brands. I cannot disclose names. But yeah, so we have so many active. So if anybody have a lead, we're happy to onboard. We're happy to talk. This is basically now the big business from us behind the scenes to get more and more partners on board. But the good thing is that the tournament is happening now, right? 11th of November for 4 or 5 weeks. But the game league throughout 2024, like there's so many games that will be released, so many NFTs to drop, so many prizes we can get, so many new like games showing up. Like like not every game might be on our radar, or they're not even started marketing. I for example, yeah, I spoke to you saw Off the Grid maybe, like with a big huge trailer. Dr. Disrespect streamed it. I spoke to them. I played the game like I would say almost like 2 years ago, but and they haven't done any marketing. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, so there's so many games, like they're super, super, super like careful about the IP.
Yeah.
From big companies who are just waiting on the sideline. So I think 2024 and 2025 is huge for the game league. It's just better because if we now grow steady and organically and with a very good support from the community, from all the creators joining to our platform and to our community, I think we can be, and this is of course one goal for Own, to be the first place you want to showcase your game. Yeah. So, and once we establish that, and once we get in that lead position, hopefully within the next months, and yeah, next year, I think this is really like beneficial. So we will have like hopefully possibly that every hype game, every game you or the gamers of the space expecting comes definitely through, will be passing our platform, and we will be part of that. So this is of course a big goal for us, that like where to know. You don't need to corrupt Twitter and 1,000 discords and looking for alpha. Well, hopefully if you are Merc, you will get your all the infos, all the stuff you need on our Discord, on our community. So I think this is a big goal for us, and I think we done already an awesome release. Yeah, and yeah, it just can be better. Like and we have no rush. The bull is very far, and we have time to grow. And everybody's like super motivated. So we take that motivation, the hype, the spirit, and then go for it, and yeah, see what comes next.
And I like how I'm picking up on the words like this season, this tournament, what comes next. I mean, we do have a bunch of people that are like, we want to be a part of this. I've been able to just kind of see a couple of things. I won't speak further, but I'll just say I've seen a couple of things where people, game companies and partners are like, we want in. We're just not ready to be there yet. So, keep us in the wings. What can we contribute to the prize pool? How can we help support your cause? And that's all we've been getting from everybody I've spoken to, at least, and everybody I've seen we're speaking to. it's a really cool thing. So I don't want to get cart before the horse, but I am, this is not gonna be the last. I hope this is not gonna be the last game league. I hope, at least not the last game league season. There's more to come as well beyond. But I mean, right now we're here. We're 2 weeks away from getting going on all these games. What have we been? What we've been doing recently is just celebrating all the wonderful communities that we've taken into our fold. We I shouted out a couple of these gaming communities already, and we have more and more coming every day. Every day I feel like I'm meeting a new community. I'm meeting a new content creator or a community leader of sorts, or an ex esports player or an ex shoutcaster or somebody who developed an ESL I met the other day. I mean, and they're all just ready to help pump this thing up and be a part of the new game hub, as I've been calling it. I love that this is we have the same chair. Ayo. No, and yeah, I want this to be information central, Grand Central Station for all the gaming happenings going on. Make our platform interoperable in that way. We
I mean, and look at it like the evolution also. We started Web3 gaming with high ticket NFTs. That already the trend was there. There was money. There was it's still people being bullish, but it's not. If you want to approach the rest of Web2 gaming, the billions of users, this is not where you can land. Because if you just on data, from a mobile game. On a freemium game or whatever, maybe 5% are making the revenue. The rest of the gamers, they are playing free and they're waiting for their hours to that you can build again or whatever. So and then also you see how the NFT drops from games and communities. From pricing, they went basically too free, too low, to tickets $20, $50, $30, $10. So it's all turned into actually in a reasonable pricing area. So it's for them, it's about everybody's thinking about user acquisition, and this is actually this is what matters. And yes, of course, games need to make money, and I think for studios there is a new way of monetization as well, through NFTs and through Web3. But I think owned as a user acquisition platform, I think we're in a very good position, again, as I mentioned before, in that in the part that we have all the games, we have the right meta. I think what we present, that we help distributing, and not just to bots or to the best selling person, no, to actual gamers, and involving Web2 people to get basically into that space and really speaking to gamer. That's why we built a custom Fortnite map. It's why we have an actual character, stuff like that, what a gamer can touch and feel. This is very important. And one thing I wanna say is also, as you mentioned, there's Web2 content, bigger streamers or Web2 esport teams. They're coming into Web3, and this is just also normal because or hopefully it becomes normal, because esport teams are actually not profitable. They're only living from sponsor money. They're not living from our pricing. This is more really that the sponsors getting exposure. So, and the most successful esport teams, they're the one when the actual gamers, they have also an entertaining aura. They're actually good on stream or on social media.
Yeah.
So these are the ones what get a bigger following and where people really celebrating, and they are more profitable, but just because they have that entertaining factor. So we will see also all these people from Web2, esport, coaches, teams, player, whatever, coming into Web3 because of new ways of monetization. And I think there's a lot of ways. And yeah, we want to be in the front again, trying to be super innovative, trying to hit the trends. And how we can do that, just because not because I'm there or I'm the papa ondo, as you called me, because we working on this together. Yes. And having maybe an OG person like me, I would say OG with 38, but having younger people like I see, or from the community way younger, different age, Gen Z or whatever, millennials, everybody's like contributing in different eras and levels. I think this is also very important. The diversity to get that out there with experience, with new energy, with new motivation. So yeah, super excited.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm gonna say like the generation that's coming up, we have our work cut out for us. I heard about and the other day a 16-year-old who is making millions of dollars right now in Fortnite game. Like he builds games in Fortnite at 16 years old, and he is killing it because he is just absolutely smart. He's doing what you're saying. He's following the trends. He's not making ultra complex games. He's just following what people like to do. Replayable grindable games that are fun to do on a social way, and building maps to follow. And he's doing very well for himself at 16 years old. And there's nothing stopping anybody here in this space. It's super welcoming to all that. Of course, parent approval, but I mean he's doing really really well for himself. No, it's fantastic. I lost my space because I'm looking at all these faces in here. I see Kobe down there. I see Savage, Step Fam here. Moglin popped in. Doug Hype's already been hyping up the cake, of course. I've seen FD Smog. I just see some people popping in and just wanted to say hey to those folk. Umsy Knight, what's up? Yeah, dude. Super, super cool. What is up? There's Kobe. It's oh, dude. So what's to come? Those that have been around the Discord, welcome back. Those that are new, welcome to the Discord. Welcome to Game League. Welcome to Owned. Welcome new mercs all around. So just some updates. I'm going to be writing this up as well in an announcement, but in an attempt to just kind of highlight the high points of the week. We have been meeting up with the communities and scheduling game nights, and I'm using the game night interchangeably because we have so many different time zones across our game league. So you'll notice that like tomorrow we have a game night, 10 a.m. my time, Eastern, and we've got another the following day as well, 10. We're teaming up with communities that really highlight games. The Wardens are going to do Champions Ascension with us and have their own little reward giveaways as well. If you don't have a code yet, that's a great place to go get one. Just go and have fun with people. We've got Mix Mob tomorrow. We're going to be hanging out with those guys. Nick of Mix Mobs has opened up some servers for us, and he's even going to put on the betting channel, the stream, where we can bet on our friends' races. And I know all the Gambos are in here going, ooh, Suds. Yeah, so that's that's a fun thing. You know about Suds, Icy? Suds are the best. Oh, dude, yeah. Suds, we'll talk more. So Mix Mob, it's like a mixture of like Temple Run meets Mario Kart meets like in the 80s. Like it's a vibe. It's a whole vibe. BattleBots. It's neat. So
Mirko and I met them together. Well, you might have met them sooner, but we saw them at GDC, and that was my first time meeting them. Yeah, if you guys don't know, Mirko and I hung out a lot at GDC. It was awesome. So we go back.
I'm so excited to get out. I don't know about UIC. I feel like I'm such in the wrong spot of the world to get out to some of these places and things. I gotta update passport.
We can go together next year, Matt.
I'm excited.
You and I can meet up at Boston Logan Airport.
Let's
take the flights,
Oh yeah. Then we don't have to worry about who we're sitting next to, and like we can watch a movie that we both like. It'll be great. Yeah, I'm down.
I don't know, bro. You're a little chatty. I like my sleep on the plane.
Do you sleep on planes? Yeah, I meet people on planes. Absolute. And I eat a lot when I'm bored. So it's but yeah. So we've got all these communities that are just excited to just be and learn and meet people in this community, and they're hosting game nights for the weeks to come. This isn't the Game League. It is the Game League. It's not the Game League tournament, but right now this is the Game League community coming together and playing games with each other. And what I found with all these game nights we've had I can talk 25 hours straight with 15 minutes break. I think I've done similar, but I don't know if you've clocked me. That's really dope. Yeah, I mean, I'm the guy with like 10-hour streams and metalcore and all that craziness. I don't know how. Grand Saga, we did that a bunch actually. All right, I'll stop talking for a moment to continue my thought. So we have these game nights going on, and I've been able to meet some of these wonderful people that we have here in chat now. That we've played with Pokemon Unite. We played Bushi recently, and like just it's nice to chat with you, but it's a whole nother level when I get to hear your voice and put a voice to the name, because then we get to make memories through games. I feel like it's only human nature that like play is a huge part of connection, and like when we get to do that, it's just another way to get to know each other. So been really nice.
Playing together is also like binding,
It's
absolutely my reason to make this company was freaking to play games, and I haven't played really. Like I'm the least. I really want to play games. Me and my partner, who we started like also very early on, like we had no chance, bro. Like really, like I took myself a little bit off. I know it's not a Web3 game, but it was Diablo 4 release.
Yeah.
I was basically trying to make for 4 days or 3 days. I tried to make a run to 100, in the very first release in this 4 days of the pre-release. That was really the first time I'm really grinding hard, like after like almost 2 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's like it's not. I hope I get there at some point. Having more game nights with you guys.
Oh, I was
still like we.
It was on my mind. I was gonna ask like how many I want to definitely be jumping into these tournaments, with you guys and like trying our hand 100%. But I have learned that like if you want to how do I put this if you like playing games, don't start a game company because you will never have any time to play. It can be really tough, but yes, I hope that we do get a moment to breathe once a lot of this starts settling and is in motion. There's so many moving parts, guys, in the background that you may or may not see. We have an amazing team that's just always running all hours of the day and night, and it's a pleasure to be able to see kind of the moving wheels going all at the same time. It's nuts. Yeah.
No sleep until Game League. Let's
no sleep till Game
go.
League. It's really true. It's what. But at the same time, does it feel like hard work? Work week. It doesn't feel like hard work. It's like fun work. I don't know how to describe it. It's
sorry, guys. I did not sleep last night.
Oh, these guys are grumbly. They need an extra cup of coffee and a smile. No. There you go. It's almost done. You need to fill that up. Let's go.
America runs on Duncan, baby. Ooh, is that an Avalanche Cup?
I saw that Avalanche Cup. That is a dope Avalanche Cup.
There was a pretty big not gaming conference, but blockchain conference here, and some games came out. So Avalanche was here, Parallel was here. Yeah, it was a good time. Right. Got to meet some of the the Web3 folks in person.
That's fire.
So it's pretty good.
They're really cool peeps. 100%.
Yeah, a lot of.
I think there's a question about play to earn here, but
what is it?
I mean,
play to earn.
Yeah, it was like what was my thoughts on play to earn. I mean, yeah. I don't know like who is the definition of this space. I don't know if you call it play to earn, play and earn, play to win, pay to win. I think we need to define a little bit like how what's at the end. There can be everybody associate different stuff with this over like titles. I think there's some new models come out, but I don't know if it's called play to earn. But yeah, it's like it's still the dominating word because of the very beginning. Yeah, but I don't know. Like I would like what own ultimately want to become is Web3 as an add-on. So the message should be you play your favorite game. Doesn't matter if it's Web 2, Web 3, if it's Web 2.5, 2.6, whatever, and you can still get benefits of Web 3. So this is like the ultimate goal, because there will be always a Steam account, there will be always an Epic account, there will be maybe a few Web3 launcher coming, who knows, yeah. But combine these things and maybe giving, like with their own profile, with the Merc, sort of like your Web3 engagement, and you can play, because like I would say like at the moment the landscape of Web3 is you if you're a gamer, you're not gonna stick only to Web3 games, like you're gonna play some Web2 games just to have fun also, But yeah, once we have more, and then I think this is ultimately, I would say, Web3 as an add-on. That would be cool for every gamer. You can decide, you can still do whatever you want, and it's still grinding in the background or connected to your account, something like that. So this is like the ultimate goal, and there we go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited, dude. So, we're coming up to the hour and a half mark. If it were up to me, we'd have 4-hour AMAs every other day. However, I want to respect everybody's time, give everybody a chance to head out at a reasonable hour for wherever you may be. You guys have been awesome. We've been here for an hour and 20 minutes with each other, just picking Mirko's brain, getting to know one another, talking about Game League, talking about what's to come. Super excited for everything. I wanted to give a moment. If anybody has any final questions, totally happy to answer those, just so we can just start to wrap things up. But again, it's going to be a recorded space, so if you missed anything or you know anybody who missed it, we'll guide people to that link. We'll be taking snippets from it as well and trying to push out the good stuff. But yeah, no, it's been a pleasure to like just get to know everybody and just kind of feel out what's going on. What's up, Icy?
I want to know what Mirko is most excited about, for, like in Game League. Like what, like of the whole. We have so many amazing things going on for Game League. What is the thing that like you're most excited about? And are you gonna be competing at all? Are you gonna be playing? Are you gonna be participating? Are there any games that you're like, yeah, that one I'm definitely gonna jump in there? And also, do you have your Merc? Did you mint your Merc?
Of course I did.
He's number one, I think. Right?
Yeah, for the Game League, I I want to compete, but I don't know if I can make it with timing. It's like it's really like the one thing for me. It's like at the moment, and like I'm more excited to see how we grow, and being maybe like on the sideline, participate, really looking like how you guys or how everybody who's invited, who's coming to the Game League, how we like actually like be a passionate, driven. Of course, might be things not going right and wrong, but for me, it's more important that we get a nice experience for the whole Game League. This is my key focus. And if I have a moment to play, or maybe just in a game night, I will join. But yeah, it's a matter of responsibilities, you know. So yeah.
We want to make sure we're pushing out an absolute amazing product and community for everybody. You know, I say it, I'm a trusted servant of you people, and like whatever you need, please come and ask. That is my goal here, just to make sure that we have what we need. You know, my vision for the Game League tournament myself is I hope we do have those AMAs. I'm gonna make a point to try and highlight a little bit of every game that we have in the tournament. So if you are playing in the game and you are live streaming your experience in our Discord, I want to be able to pull you guys up on stream and be like, check these people out playing in the tournament. Look what they're up to. Look who's in the lead. Leaderboard updates, after action reports, updates of what's to come, making sure everybody knows the calendar. I want to be doing stuff like that. So we've already had interest in shoutcasting. I know our amazing creators are going to be helping out with a lot of that, sharing out everything Game League. It's going to be a very busy but very involved and fun month. I'm excited for.
Yeah, and I please everyone, like now in the Discord and of course in general, when you see something, hear something, open a ticket, reach out to us, and we can always fix something. You know, like there's a lot of integrations, tech left, right, and you know, so we want to just make sure that everybody is served and nobody is like losing out on XP or you know whatever is like happening. That your Merc is growing steady, and you know. So please, yeah, just support is all what we're asking for. Me personally, but yeah, super excited, and of course we have more and more to talk and spend time here. Next, I fly back to my office tomorrow, so I will be more available also. As I mentioned at the beginning, I was here for my mother's birthday, so I'm going back, and then you know,
Happy birthday, Mama Mirko owned.
Yes.
Yeah, Mama Mark.
Yes.
Yeah, and happy
Mama
birthday to MJ.
MJ just had a birthday.
Oh,
Happy
yeah,
birthday,
MJ.
MJ. Yes.
Yeah, who don't know MJ? She's working hard in the back. She's super like I think in 1,000 Telegram chats. She's keeping things organized. So yeah, shout out to MJ. Happy birthday, belated happy birthday. And yeah, thank you
Absolutely.
for your support as well.
Yeah. We have an amazing team. There's so many moving parts, and everybody has a special place to fill and add value. That's what I see every single day. It's amazing. Everybody's grind is unique, but also in the same like direction of Owned, and I love it. I love to see how skilled everybody is and what they're up to. No, it's just been a really, really cool, exciting experience. Just a couple last housekeeping. If you're new and you don't know yet, we have an FAQ section or a frequently asked questions forum. Please make sure if you have any questions outside of these AMAs, you're using that forum. Everybody is available to create posts, and I want it to be more than just a question answer. I want it to be a question dialogue. I've been tapping on the Owned core team to make sure that they are going in there once in a while and checking on all those questions and answering with detail, and having conversations with people who have the good questions. So we want that to be a running dialogue that can grow and then people can use as a knowledge base going forward. That's always been my vision for that. Then also we have the same kind of thing with our game forum, which has been steadily growing since day one. I have no idea how, but it's been amazing how quick. But any game is welcome to be there. It doesn't have to be in our new game league. It doesn't have to be in the game league tournament at all. It can just be your favorite game to play. It can be a place to connect with other people, looking for players, sharing alpha, sharing information, tournaments and events going on in those communities. Just kind of bringing it all back to that gamer hub feel and putting it all in one place for everybody to visit. From there, we've definitely had parties show up and people start playing the game in the voice chat. Sharing events, and that's what I want it to be, a nice central hub of information. Some people were asking one last question. I mean, I'm always coming up with like crazy events that we can give away codes to and get people here. One that came up earlier this morning, a Fortnite dance TikTok competition. That might be fun. And another person asked in chat, can we help submit logo ideas for the Owned Game League? Do like a logo competition? I'm all for that kind of stuff because I'm a big creative myself. So anywhere we can get community involvement and being creative, all about it. But yeah, we could do something like that for sure. If anybody needs a space to host something, please reach out. We've been doing it with the game nights and different communities, but if you need to borrow this stage, just give me some heads up. We can absolutely borrow this stage. We can share in what our Discord is and information, and that's what it should be about. So please feel free to reach out, collaborate in any way that makes sense to you and your community. We want everybody to feel welcome and served well. So yeah, that's it from that. And check out the announcements and the events. The events are starting to stack up, which is really nice. It's a great way to stay involved and stay up to date. This morning we had Pokemon Unite, 8 o'clock a.m. my time. That's been a lot of fun. Super, super fun. Yeah.
Yeah, we have really good players.
Oh my gosh.
Pokemon Unite. Yeah.
It's
a bit crazy.
I think we're gonna take it on tour. I mean, it's you don't even have to call. Like, you don't even have to say, hey, you go here. It just happens.
The other day we were gonna face the Legends of Inari community. They didn't even show.
Oh, no show.
Because we've yeah.
I love it.
Because we previously had a lot of like head to head, so it's a good rivalry there.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, if we can have MOBA teams going at it, that would be so cool. Mirko, I'll give you the final word. Anything else that you want to, thank you everybody who's been up on the stage, and everybody who's been in the audience, but Mirko, I appreciate you just, coming out today, and I know we've been talking, we're going to be having more of these. This won't be the last time we see you, but any final words just that we can kick off with and say, have a great day? Too.
Yeah, maybe we can spin up a small tourney, like a test tourney. There's a mobile game come out from Blizzard. Maybe it's not a Web3 game, but it's like a mobile game. I forgot, Rumble something, Rumble League or something like that.
Is it Rumble Arcade?
Do something like that.
Rumble Arcade?
Rumble Arcade.
We know Rumble Arcade. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe we can do something like that.
Sure.
Then, Keith, there was a last question about how to level the Merc. There will be quests available soon with our questing partner DQuest. And the quests are random. There's like some social quests, journey quests, in-game quests, and for keys also. Everybody who's already early with the Merc until the tournament, there's like none of the other public joiner later, the public Mercs. They will have there's special benefits to being early. So just wait for the announcements here, and yeah, we get everything sorted. My last word is just like super happy about like the participation and meeting a lot of great people day in day out. I just like I just ask for support. Whenever you have something, as I said, keep it up, drop it to us. We will take care of it and trying to accommodate everyone's needs. And happy to fill in with as much as information as possible. Very transparent as usual. So hope to see us more and more to talk more in AMAs upcoming in the next days, weeks. So super excited. Thank you for everyone for the participation, and let's go.
Awesome. Thank you, Mirko. Thank you, No ACLs. I saw Icy. Thank you, buddy. I know you jumped off. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, everyone.
Matt DeFi's, thank you so much. Spike, thank you so much. And most of all, thank you, the audience members. We are so happy you're here. Thank you for all your contributions to the Discord, keeping each other safe, hanging out, chatting, talking about games, gaming, and just having a good time, laughing. That's the most important thing about our community is there's a lot of laughs in our general chat, and I love it every day to check in and see what we're laughing about today. So with that, I won't hold you guys any longer because I will if I don't stop. So I am going to say thank you all. It's been a great AMA. Thank you, Mirko. Great Ask Mirko Anything. We'll be doing this more, and looking forward to the weeks to come before Game League starts. So it'll be a lot of fun. All right, guys. Love you all. I'm gonna head out. My dog is telling me it's time, so we're gonna go. But thank you guys so much. See y'all next time.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
GG's.
Cheese. Yeah.
I saw Mighty Action Heroes in the chat, so I was just like flashing the discs.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, Mighty Action Heroes could be a thing. And we can have, I'm definitely about Rumble Arcade being a thing. That can make me angry sometimes. Oh my gosh. I'm like, damn it, you auto battling. Oh yeah, I get angry at others. No, we can do so much. If you have a game, if you have closing, if you guys have a game you want to play or see as a game night, nothing is off the table. I'm gonna try and go. I'm trying to get my wife to spin up a Call of Duty mobile private server, so we can jump that in. They have a big clan that runs those every week, and I was like, can we do that for Game League? And she's like, I'll ask the clan. She's such a big wig over there. So that's exciting. But yeah, no, anything you guys want to play, let me know about it. And yes, happy Halloween to those that celebrate, and go get weird and dress up and have fun, and pass out some candy, pick up some candy, steal some candy, whatever you got to do, go get some candy. Have a great day, have a great night, be awesome, and I will see y'all later. Bye for now.
Later, folks. Bye.
Bye.